the greats are here, man. Grandmaster Caz and the king of hip hop, Curtis Blow, Kumo D, BLB from the Fearless Four, both alumni of Old Westbury. And we're just glad to be here and to show the diversity of hip hop on an incredible campus in New York City, right? The birthplace of hip hop.
What's the website, Cho, for the Hip Hop Alliance?
HipHopAlliance.org.
Yes.
Make sure you join. It's free to join. All right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here. We are so live all over the world. www.bronxnet.org. Tell a friend to tell another friend. And I tell you what, I have a very special guest inside the studio today, coming to you via StreamYard, which I'm loving the StreamYard vibe, and it's a Veterans Day show today. So like a mixed show, Veterans Day, and then we're gonna go right down, starting off our Christmas event that we do for autism. So just get ready, everybody, lock your dials. So let me introduce my guest. I have via StreamYard, my good friend, Commissioner of New York City Department of Veteran Services, Commissioner James W. Hendon. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. My first title is friend of Kendra and fan of Crossover. I just want to call that out. My first title. So yeah, just want to say that. Thanks for having me today.
Mwah, I love you. So we've been trying to nail this interview. We've been trying to get this down. And I want to give him a big, big shout out. Now, he is a phenomenal speaker. And that's what I love about him most, because he will take a room and, I don't know, destroy it with just his commentary, and in a positive way. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, Commissioner. And you are definitely always representing your veterans. And so tell me a little bit about, because today you're on location today, you're all over the place. So tell folks exactly where you are today and what's up right now.
Right now, I'm in Huntington, New York. We testified just a few minutes ago in a state assembly committee on veterans, just to talk about issues involving veterans' mental health. So we just want to do everything we can to spread the word about our people and their issues so we can best love on them and serve them. So yeah.
Yes, I love it. And can you tell the folks exactly what you do and why you do it? And I don't even know how you do it because you're everywhere. So tell us a little bit about what you do for veterans.
So the New York City Department of Veteran Services is the only city-level department that does this type of work in the country. You have mayor's offices, you have offices of Veterans Affairs, but we are a department, and we're charged to assist and inform our sentinels, those who've served and their loved ones, on issues that involve healthcare, housing, benefits, culture, education, and employment. We've been around since 2016. And we're just focused like a laser on helping every single veteran and their loved one take a step up as far as being in a better place than they were prior to interacting with us.
Right. And right now, this hearing particularly, you're with Assembly today, and you're talking about, you all are testifying, and you're talking about mental health. And how does that affect a veteran? Like, how does that affect someone that's coming back and trying to fit in and kind of like, figure out life?
There's so many deeper pieces to it, Kendra, where it's not hitting it directly at the mental health piece. It's what happens before that. One of the really big issues we're trying to tackle is many of our veterans don't self-identify. So a lot of folks leave the military and don't tell anyone they've served and just continue about their lives. It is 34.3% nationwide tell folks they've served, the rest don't. It goes down to 29.8% in New York State and down to 24.1% in New York City. We're happy that the Bronx is at 30%. It's 30.3% of all Bronxites who've served tell somebody, but still, you've got just under 70% of Bronxites who aren't hitting that. And so we can't even begin to talk about mental health if we don't know who you are. And so we tried to talk about some of those root problems that we're dealing with so we can address them. And then an added fact, a veteran is more than twice as likely to die by suicide in the first year after leaving the military. And so it's all the more important for us to put hands on our people so that we can be able to help them prior to them trying to harm themselves, so they can know that we're here. And so a lot of it has been about making sure that when someone leaves the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard, or Space Force, that they can lock in with other people who see them, appreciate them, and love them, and can continue to help them with this next step in their journey.
I love it. I love it. And I know you have a number or a website or information line that someone can reach out just so they can talk to someone or find out about your services and how you can help and reach someone? Can we do that today?
Correct. Yeah, let's do this. The phone number is 212-416-5250. I'm gonna say it again. It's 212-416-5250. Website is nyc.gov/vets. It is nyc.gov/vets. The email address is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. It is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. And social media, you can find us using the handle @NYCVeterans. So the hashtag is @NYCVeterans.
So you see, I'm writing it down. So I always tell people on this show, you want to get a paper and a pen. We give out a lot of information, and we want to think that we can contribute something important in someone's life. So that means information, right? Because we can't navigate ourselves in any form of anything without information. And you are bringing lots of information for veterans. I just want to give you a big, I want to clap for you. I want to salute you and say thank you so much. We always meet up and we do a lot of things. We bump into the borough president. The borough president had a big event that was very important. She's always doing events and she cares very much about the veterans in this community worldwide. And so we were there just the other day at the Lou. And tell us a little bit about where we were and what was happening with the Bronx Borough President.
We were at Sam Young American Legion Post, and it was recognizing that Borough President Vanessa L. Gibson established Veteran Military Families Month, as far as November being Veteran Military Families Month, and this was the kickoff. And so this was a time to honor and recognize several different veterans in the community who were Bronxites for what they've done as far as not just their service, but even after they've taken off the uniform as community leaders, and just to acknowledge them and to shine a light on all issues affecting veteran and military families.
Oh, do you see pictures up there? So we got a little slideshow going on, and I want to salute the Bronx Borough President, as a matter of fact. And I just had to take pictures with everyone because I wanted that to be a memory that, that would never leave me, not let alone everybody else that tunes into this show. But I am so proud of the work and what you all do. I see a lot of veterans that are out in the community doing some amazing work in this community. And so I see many, I'm just looking at them. So it's many, just the room went around in a big circle and people are working very hard. And that's what I want to say about your teams. We don't do one thing alone. We have teams and, this team is so amazing. And the young lady that received an award, I was trying to get her up. I wanted both of you up at the same time, but it was very, very, even Kevin, I was trying to get you guys up at the same time, but I know yesterday was Veterans Day and it's very hard to get everybody together, but I was able to get with you guys and she received an award. And can you see the slideshow, Commissioner?
Give me a second. I can't.
Not
But
really?
I think I remember what you're talking about. I can't.
Oh, okay, okay. So
show,
it's just a bunch of folks.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
You
Yeah,
can see it,
okay.
right? Okay.
Yeah, I see that. The young lady in that picture with Kevin Meggett from National Association of Black Veterans is Donna Smalls, and she leads our housing team. So working with our veterans who are dealing with housing insecurity, Donna spearheads that team that works with those brothers and sisters, and so she was getting acknowledged. She's a retired NCO Army, retired E6, and we're just happy to kind of give her love, Staff Sergeant, and she was getting her roses that day. So yeah.
I loved it. I was like I was so just admired by her. And people don't know that there's so many women in the military that rise up in ranks and do so many amazing things. And so we definitely have to salute them as well as the men, right? And so it's just amazing to see it. And there were some gentlemen that received awards. There was a title that was pronounced incorrectly, and he was like, oh, no, it's this title. And it was just amazing because you're proud, you could tell, you could hear that he was proud, he served, and this is his rank. And it's always amazing, it's always amazing to see everyone standing tall that, can get out of bed and they've moved past where they were, which was a tough time in their lives. And sometimes you have to do what you can, because you can. Not everybody can do that. The borough president she delivered an amazing speech. and her efforts to make this happen in the month of November alone. I give her the salute. So thank you, Bronx Borough President Vanessa L. Gibson.
I want to give her roses. I know, right with you too, Kendra. While November is being acknowledged as Veteran and Military Families Month, the Bronx Borough President and the Bronx has been right with our veterans year in and year out, between different, employment workshops and sessions they hold, between having the Veteran Resource Center at Borough Hall on Tuesdays from 10 to 4. I know they have an amazing event they do at the Bronx Zoo every Christmas, where the veterans come and they give they give gifts to the families and the kids. I've gone as a Bronx side. I've gone with my wife, my young kids, and so we appreciate people who are always there. I want to, something you said just got me thinking. I want to make sure we call this out, because there's so many different benefits and opportunities and things, but to make sure people understand why we do this and why we love on these veterans. I talk about how when you take that oath to serve, protect, defend as someone who's in our armed forces, that oath trumps the oath you have to your family, to your children, to your parents, to your friends, to your wife, your husband. And so when we see people who do this, where they're willing to fight, kill, and die, no matter what the politics, no matter who's in charge, no matter what the media is saying, that has to be accounted for. And it has its own costs to your mind, body, and soul. We're all trying to make up that cost in showing our thanks to people. And so, we just do everything we can to love on our brothers and sisters who have been in the military, and just be right with them, not just this day, but every day is Veterans Day,
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much. And you want to go through that, because we talked about this, give a full narrative of, Veterans Day and what it means to every single veteran when this day approaches. And, you should have a day every day, because you're veterans every day, right?
It was initially, established as far as the end of World War I. It was Armistice Day. So World War I officially ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1919. And they went on to later call it not just Armistice Day accounting for World War I, but Veterans Day to celebrate all U.S. military veterans. And it means different things to different people. I think for us and for me, it's an opportunity to just shine a light on the fact that we care about all these people. Remember, so many veterans don't tell anyone they have served, Kendra. And so much of this season to me is to try to make sure folks know we see you, we appreciate you, we love you. To anyone who is watching or listening right now to this program, I ask you, if you encounter anybody, ask them if they've served in the armed forces. And if so, please put them in touch with us, put them in touch with the Bronx Borough President. And if you yourself or that service member or that loved one, please reach out. Let us help you with anything that we can in all ways that we can. And, when we saw each other at the event at the American Legion Post, Kendra, I was going through so many different benefits. The quickest way to tell people this is you've spent your time in the military working within a team to accomplish amazing things, be it in the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Space Force. You've done all these things as part of a team. Why would it be any different for you to achieve your dreams now that you are a veteran? And so let us help you achieve those dreams. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I want to get some affordable housing. Well, there's affordable housing, the Veterans Preference and Housing Connect now, the affordable housing.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's I want to buy a house. The way these Sony May programs work now for veterans, you just need 1% cash. We get you the other 99% to own that house.
Wow.
Maybe it's I want to go to school. Apart from the GI Bill, what folks know about, there's a scholarship the state offers to combat and non-combat veterans. You can go to school and get your degree, get your graduate degree, or get your undergrad degree, or use it for some sort of workforce training at no cost. Let us help you get that. Or I tell people when it comes to the claims compensation too, the VA claims can be submitted and you get a 10% disability rating is about $200, tax-free the rest of your life. A 100% rating is $3,500 or more, tax-free for the rest of your life. And so a lot of this work is let people know about opportunities so they can take advantage. And one other one I have to say, for anyone who's looking at starting a small business, the state, 6 cents on the dollar that the state spends must go to businesses owned by service-disabled veterans. 6 cents on the dollar. They haven't even broken half that goal. And so we help our veterans set the businesses up, get their VA ratings, and go and compete and be able to earn things. It's generational wealth. And so for me, whatever the dream is you have as a service member, You're not in this alone. Use us to help you connect the dots to go and find it. And think of us as kind of a switchboard to tie folks into city, state, federal, public, private, and nonprofit opportunities.
I love it. That's why I said I just need to let you talk, and you explain it so well, and I just can't believe how much you're doing, and I've never heard of this, and I am community based, and I thought I was more informed, and some of the things that you mentioned I've never heard of. How about you out there? Have you heard of it? Because I have never heard of it. So you're right. We have to find another information to funnel it out. The information. Because if we don't get that information out, information is hope. Some good information, you're giving people hope, right? And that's what it's all about, hope, and building your dreams. You served your country. Why not have your dream now? Why not come back to society and have your dream, right? Because it was before. It was just like this wasn't all here. It's here. I love the program.
And we started talking about mental health, what we've learned. And this isn't just me speaking as commissioner. Before I did this job, I ran an incubator for veteran business owners and veterans and military spouses who had businesses. Once we connect with you, for a lot of our brothers and sisters who do have issues where they need to talk to somebody, once they have the relationship and they feel comfortable with you, then they open up. And so a lot of it is we started talking about helping to get you a job. Now we talk about some stuff you may have experienced in Iraq. We started talking with you about being able to go after this housing opportunity. Now we're talking about maybe some military sexual trauma you may have experienced. And so a lot of it is you start with the services, you identify the person, you start to serve them. Once they feel psychological safety, they open up to you and you can help them get to a better place.
I love it. I just love this. And you have an amazing team. I met some of the folks that work with you. So, housing, just like you said, just imagine that, mental health, well, you will be affected with your mental health if you don't have a permanent housing, right? So that is the one thing for sure we know, right? So, Danae, I wanted to see if we can get together and do something, have some different groups, like 3 or 4 people that handle different things, so that when you guys come back, you can come back as a team, and each person can hit on each one, and then people feel more comfortable. Like, okay, she does housing. Okay, what do you do? And what do you do? And I think that's more comforting. It's so comforting, right? I mean, so I'm looking to see if I can get that to happen. But having a commissioner right now, is a great deal. It's a big deal. That's a big deal, everybody. It's a really big deal. You're not gonna say
it's
anything?
a big deal to me to be. Kendra, I gotta say it's a big deal to me to be here. By the way, I gotta say that. I told you my name. If you get everything, no, I'm a friend of Kendra, right? First off, and just to give us this opportunity, just put the word out to people so they can come into the light. It means so much, and so we appreciate you. I just want to say that,
I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing and your team. And that's why I say team, team, team. We're about to get ready. Because when you guys were doing your thing with the borough president at the Botanical Gardens, we were actually getting ready for our Christmas drive that we do for 15 years for autism. And so those things are very important. What we know is that we change lives, right? You change lives when you can bring families out that have served, and you say, listen, we got your children, we got your family, your entire family, and we do the same. So I know the feeling of what that joy feels like. It's joy, right? You see, that's you see what we do for autism? That's my son when he was little, and that's Jamil Flores' daughter, and Mrs. Claus has been with us all these years. And so I just say this to say that, that's where it all started, Jamil Flores and Ice-T's organization, and what we do in schools for 700 families, 600 families. Dr. Dre came out, the mayor's office was out there. I just wanted to share that with you because I know what this means, We have to change lives every day. This is our path. So this is what God instilled us to do, right? So it's just very important. So I threw that up because I know how important it is. This is the entire team. Every one of us have a team. I'm Crossover Inc. for my team. And Ice-T's organization is the Male Awareness, Mickey Benson's team. and Jamil Flores has a team, Frank the cameraman, Chase, Uncle Chase Foundation. So we all, and you know, when we get out there, we're like big kids. So I can imagine at Christmas time, you guys are like big kids, like giving out the toys, and I don't know. Our team, they getting the outfit.
There's so much you're saying makes me think. First of all, you know, Ice-T is a veteran, right? First, I want to make sure we know that brother served in the military. So I want to call that out, recognizing that. Another one, you know, you mentioned having a son with autism. I have my son has autism, and so I completely understand where you are. And I mentioned this because for many of our military families, I want to speak to about 13,000 of our veteran community members are actually still serving active duty, Guard, and Reserve. And what we learned with a lot of the active duty, especially our Coast Guardsmen who are here, and a lot of our Marines, now that the Marines have moved their recruiting center to Fort Hamilton, to Brooklyn, we've seen that a lot of folks who are on active duty have children who have certain special needs. And so we're trying to work with them too. Another way to put it is they were stationed here in New York City to be able to have access to more things as far as services, et cetera. And so we've been trying to work with that community. So there's so many different synergies and so many different areas of overlap between the work y'all are doing and what we're doing with these veterans and the military families.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing, because not everybody can share that, right? So I want to say thank you, first of all, for sharing. And when I talk to Ice-T, I have something else to say now, because that's
thank you for your service.
Yes, I will say that. I will say thank you for your service. But also, I want to do this. Thank you for sharing. So in New York City, services for children, now we say folks that are differently able. The terminology keeps changing. So differently able. I mean, my son is still autistic. He still has epilepsy. He can play the piano, full songs, and he's been playing for this organization for 15 years, okay? So I just want to say this to you, just to let your families know, if they need some support, I am an advocate. We work with advocates. We have a lot of vendors that are autistic vendors for autism, and that are vendors for the differently able, cerebral palsy. And you can invite some of your families out. I want to tell you that I will send the flyer to you, and you can invite some of your families out to our event. So for your family of vets to our family of special needs families. All right? And that event is on December 13th. We'll get them services. We'll get services set up for them.
This is what I'm talking, Kendra, this is what I'm talking about as far as whatever the issue is, we try to connect the dots for our brothers and sisters.
Yes.
In other words, don't feel like you're in this alone. That's a key takeaway. You have to remember, any of those things I mentioned as far as services, benefits, programs, all you need to know is that if something you're trying to get done and you've served, you have people out here being intentional, trying to say, how can I help you? I see this is a problem. How can I connect you to a solution? How can we be right with folks? So that's all we ask people to remember and to reach out to us. So, yeah.
Yes. So I want to thank you for that, you know. And also, everybody, I just want you to know that. So when is the, do you know when the botanical event is coming up? It's for vets, right? And their families?
I don't know. This is, you mean the Bronx Zoo event for
yes, it's in December.
I don't want to speak out of, it's December. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Okay.
It's usually the second, it's usually the Saturday before, historically, it's like the second Saturday before Christmas. So not that Saturday right before, but the Saturday before that, historically. But I don't want to speak on a turn to get out ahead of them. I know that I spoke with someone from the VP's office recently. They say, hey, everything's locked in, but it's usually the second Saturday before Christmas. So it's not the Saturday before, but right before that. It's usually what it is, yeah. Okay.
So we're going to be on December the 13th. And it might overlap a little bit. I don't know if it's a Sunday. I don't remember. I think it was a Saturday. But hopefully, I hope we don't overlap. But hopefully, the borough president comes in. She's been lately my keynote speaker, and it's always a blessing. She gives out awards to families. So every year, I come up with who deserves that award. You know, we gave it to children that were miraculous. We gave it to mothers. There's a lot of single mothers with autism. So definitely, I want to have you guys included, and I hope we can get some of your families that need a little bit of help. I bring all the vendors out to set up every service, because without A, you can't get B. Without C, you can't get B. So we have to have A, B, C service to set up together. So we'll help your families. Just bring them out, all right? And listen, give out that number and the website and the Facebook and the Instagram, and I want it all.
Let's say it one more time. The phone number for the New York City Department of Veteran Services is 212-416-5250. Once again, it is 212-416-5250. 5250. The email address is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. It is connect@veterans.nyc.gov. The website is nyc.gov/vets. It is nyc.gov/vets. And the social media handle is @NYC Veterans. Once again, it is @NYC Veterans.
Okay, great. So we're going to give out that information so that you guys can have some folks come out that need help with their services. New York City is one of the best places to get services. That's why I still live here. My son will be 20. Well, actually, he turned 20. Sorry, we didn't have our big party in studio yet, which is coming up. So the next time you guys tune in, you'll see us having a really big party, and Isaiah will open up. My son that just turned 20. He'll be playing "Take Me to the King," his signature song. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today. We're gonna cross promote and mix and blend and help our families. That's what we do up here on Crossover TV. As I always tell you, grab your paper and your pen, and I'll give that number out one more time, everybody. You want to make sure that you are calling 212-416-5250 if you need help with services, everybody. So I want to thank you so much, sir, for joining me. Commissioner, thank you.
I'm trying to be like you on a grub. Like I said, I'm friend of Kendra. We started this interview. I said I'm friend of Kendra. That's all you need to know. Just call me friend of Kendra. I don't even remember my name.
I
to
love
be in your corner, sister.
All right, so we're going to link up, okay? And I'll get your family situated on that side. All right, so lock your dials, everybody. We're so not done yet. We have another special guest that's going to be joining us in just a minute. We're going to go to a video clip, and we'll be right back.
Say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on, my boss is here.
As long as we treat these kids right, everything will be all right.
Thank you,
see our
sir.
helpers?
Yes.
You see our helpers now? When I want to put a message out, I want to say, look, we've been doing it for 14 years. We've never asked anybody for anything, but next year we're going to really need your support because we don't do it because we have to. We do it because we care. Male Awareness Foundation, Aquarius Boys, Rita Mae, Solid Gold, and Kendra, we do this because we actually care about everything that we do. And our kids
we
mean a
can't
lot.
forget Frank the cameraman, Ren Diddy, Uncle
Win
Chase
Diddy and Frank the
Entertainment.
cameraman. You're right.
Yeah,
because
Uncle
they take
Chase
a lot of footage to show y'all. But look, we only act. Look, it's a non-profit organization, Male Awareness Foundation, 501c3. You will get credit for doing what you're doing. Help us to help them. I'm Mick Benzo.
Annual free holiday celebration for children with autism and friends was held at P186X, spreading awareness about autism and bringing families together this holiday season.
Today's event means that we get to spread love and joy. We remind parents and children, families on the autism spectrum, that we're here and that the vendors are here. We brought all the vendors out to provide services so that they can go to work, they can go to school, and they can change their lives.
Today, it's really a special moment for the children and families of our borough. Black awareness has come together here at P186X, which is a D75 school in District 12, recognizing many of our scholars and families and many scholars that are on the spectrum. They have autism, which means we have to do more work to make sure that we reach our true potential.
Autism constitutes a diverse group of conditions related to the development of the brain. Characteristics may be detected in early childhood, but autism is often not diagnosed until much later. The abilities and needs of autistic people vary and can evolve over time. While some people with autism can live independently, others have severe disabilities and require lifelong care and support. Hip-hop legend, owner of Male Awareness Foundation, and original member of Zulu Nation, Mickey Benzo Benson, and Jamel Flores, CEO of Aquarius Boys, wanted to tell us why this is such an important issue.
We have been doing this function for at least the last 13 years. And we don't only just do the Bronx. We do Queens, we do Brooklyn, we do Manhattan. We go to communities with the S because we care so much about our communities that we have out here that we don't just take care of our block, we take care of a lot of blocks.
We want to make sure that every community receives something, especially in the season of giving. You know, our communities, you know, they're unfortunate with so many things. But we don't only do certain stuff for children with autism. We deal with breast cancer, we deal with domestic violence, you know, we feed the hungry, and this is our last event of the year. which is December, and we always do a free Christmas party for children with autism and their friends.
This event is all about creating brighter futures and helping the autism community live their best lives. Principal of P186X, Sarah Templeman, tells us why she wants children to strive to become members of society through their educational experiences and why autism is so important.
I'm really excited to partner with the Male Awareness Foundation today to provide awareness on autism for our school community, to provide toys and opportunities for kids and families in our communities to collaborate and come together to do what's best for students.
The event offered free snacks, face painting, live entertainment, toys, and free clothes.
We service the youth in our community on different levels and different things, such as helping the seniors in our community, outreach with the codes, making sure they have things and stuff like that.
To learn more about P186X events, you can visit their website at p186.org. Reporting for BronxNet, Chanel.
Dancing. Yeah, we got a hip hop Miss Santa in the house. Hey, beautiful. KK.
From another.
My $1 million mama.
Look, you don't never look. He always say he don't need Puerto Ricans.
Okay, well you're about to meet my Puerto Rican sis, okay?
Yeah. Oh, you stepped the game up. You put some song in your game, huh? Yeah. Oh, we working. All of this. Everything is free.
Come back.
The honorable, the very honorable. Who said the one and only? You doing 10 times better than me. I ain't get none of that love. Thank you so much for coming on, BP. This is BP. One day we was at an event. I said, I done lost my mind. I was like, Vanessa. I said, I lost my mind. I love you so much. Give me a hug. I lost my mind. It's a lot going on. We're doing a lot, and we know you so well, and we know all that you want to do. And we're so thankful that you're all over the place and see all the issues that are going on. But we've been on fire today, and I just want. Where's DJ CJ? DJ CJ. Don't take a picture of the borough president. I need something right quick. Can you do it for me? This girl is on fire. Put it on, because I want the borough president to know that she's on fire. No matter what, keep doing what you're doing, and you are on fire. And I've been told these people they're on fire, and we said to them, she's on fire. You want to let her know?
All right. And then I want to talk to you about domestic violence, everybody. And you know that I am a true survivor, and that I really feel like I'm a victor in this thing. And it took me many, many years to feel like I am a survivor. But what we want to do is help those that are trying to get out of a situation. So I wanted to talk to our Bronx Borough President, Vanessa L. Gibson. So here's what she has to say about domestic violence and what her office is doing.
Thank you, Kendra, and thank you for sharing your story as a survivor. I often say your story is your strength. And it empowers you to empower others. October is the recognition month for National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but we're doing this work all year round, and we're lifting up the voices of survivors and thrivers, telling you that you are powerful, you are strong, you are loved, you are valued, and you are appreciated, you are worthy. And to all of those going through a domestic incident or domestic abuse at home in your relationship, it's not normal, and you should not be in that relationship. And we are encouraging you to take steps to remove yourself from that situation and get the help that you need for you, for your loved ones, and for your children. Domestic violence has multiple forms, not just physical, financial, emotional, and stalking. And we always want to encourage those who are in dangerous situations to come forward. The 24-hour domestic violence hotline is 1-800-621-HOPE, as well as a myriad of services by Safe Horizon and Sanctuary, the Family Justice Center. There are so many service providers that serve clients and families each and every day with emergency benefits, with emergency shelter and housing, emergency transfers for children. We want to be that support system for all of you because we know the important work that is done every day. To all of those that we've lost in our battle against domestic violence, we honor those lives we lost, and we recognize that your death is not in vain, and we carry on in your honor. We have to keep doing this work. We have had so many domestic violence incidents and fatalities in the Bronx, and it just speaks to the volume and the magnitude of the work that we have to keep doing. And so in recognition of this month, I want to recognize all of our service providers and elected officials. We just had a very powerful summit and resource fair and hosting opportunities like Diva Spa and Diva Talk, where we are talking to professors in academia, survivors and advocates and service organizations, and we're talking about what we can do to make sure that we address domestic violence in a real way. The message this year is it takes all of us, which means that we are all a part of these conversations. And together, ladies and gentlemen, we truly can end domestic and gender-based violence.
It takes all of us. Lock your dollars, everybody. Thank you, Bronx Borough President Vanessa L. Gibson. And remember, everybody, she's covering the Bronx. She's covering her borough. And we've been working together with domestic violence since City Council, everybody. So lock your dollars. Thank you.
It takes all of us.
Salute.
Bronx Borough President. I want to give her a clap it up. Salute. She is now our Bronx Borough President for a second term. I spent some time. We went to Sobro's Garden for the celebration, and we had a great time. You can see all the folks out there, the brothers, I call them the brothers. So big shout out to them. They are doing my birthday party in studio. So I want to thank Sobro's Garden. Y'all know Jimmy's Cafe, right? All right. And I want to say a big shout out to all the Bronx Borough President's constituents that came out. And you know, we had some diplomatic folks come out. It was just we had an amazing time, and we actually watched the speeches and the numbers come in throughout the night, and you know, she won. She did it. I'm so proud. I'm very proud. You know, she's doing great things, and it's a blessing, and I will follow her out anywhere. So we actually followed her out for an entire year. And it was such a blessing to do so. I said, you know, first of all, I said, let me follow you out for a week. You know, she came up here, you know, back from city council days, she would come up and we would do a lot of things. And domestic violence was one of the things that we did. And we had some headlining cases that we talked about. And she does so much for domestic violence in the Bronx. And this borough, I tell you, big shout out to the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa L. Gibson, and congratulations. We love you. All right, we're going to do this. I want to introduce my guests are in the building. We're back. We're on the StreamYard. All right, go StreamYard. Go StreamYard. I love this StreamYard thing. All right, so we got in the building. I want to introduce you all to somebody so amazing that's going to do something great. We're going to put that Christmas flyer up after I do the introductions. So I want to introduce Kendria Norman, and she is a film producer, entrepreneur, and doing great, great things in this community. And so we want to give her a big, big, huge shout out and clap up. Can I clap you up, girl? Say
yes,
hey.
Thank you.
Say hi.
Hello.
All right.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes.
And I brought a guest with me, a friend, Tericka Dash. Let me say that correctly. We call her T. And basically, T, she's one of my partners. We met through me being a film producer and building my portfolio, and they said we needed to meet because she does a lot of good things with branding. So we started working together with my film projects, and we kind of just turned into, you know, scheduling all the time, doing events and just checking in with each other. So she hit me. She's like, I'm ready for the holiday to give back. I want to feed, give some stuff to some kids. And I'm like, well, that's one of my repertoires that I do over the years, where I've always stayed connected with the communities and connect the music and fashion business to give back to different shelters and community centers. So I was just like, let me make some phone calls and put a tour together. So I was like, we're gonna call it Pop Tour, people of power giving back. And I started making my phone calls, and we're making it happen. Tericka, are you there?
Yes, I am. How you doing?
Yes.
And tell the folks exactly who you are and what you do.
Hey guys, my name is Tericka. A lot of people know me as T Stylezz. I'm the founder and CEO of Luxury Cosmetics. I'm a celebrity hairstylist.
All right. And so, and the thing I like about her is that she's in all different environments. And honey, she will come to your borough, okay?
Yes.
So that's what I love, honey.
I'm a travel
Yes.
stylist. Yes.
Yes, I love it. And maybe she might come to where I'm at.
Where are you?
I'm in the Bronx.
I'm in the Bronx too.
Woo!
Get out.
All
Yes.
right. All right. We got my birthday. I need this birthday hair done. So we're going to
Let's
talk about
go.
it. All right.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, everybody. So I want to do this. Now, they are together online today for a very special reason. And I'll let Kendria talk about that. And you notice our names are alike, Kendra
Yes.
and Kendria. Kendra,
Yes.
Kendria.
What's up, twin? What's up, twin?
What's going on, girl?
Yes. So, basically, like I was saying, I made phone calls, and the goal was for this holiday season was to do more than one thing, to connect and really give back to the community in different ways. So, basically, we're gonna do well. She kicked it off at the beginning of November for the tour, where she fed several shelters, some in Harlem, in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Her and her sister works for a very prestigious organization with a title, and so she put in her time and donated food. So they started off the tour. Then next we have the tour dates like November 18th and 19th at the Salem Church in Harlem. They're going to be giving out dinners and different turkeys. So we're going to volunteer that day. And then we're joining you, Kendra, on November 28th to bring food and feed and volunteer our services and be there. And then also, I was connected to you through the Male Awareness Foundation.
Mickey Benson. Mick Benzo, everybody. I love you, Mickey.
Yes.
Thank you, Mickey, because, and Jamil Flores, I just want to say, Aquarius Boys, Male Awareness, I mean, it runs together. And I just want to say, these families have done so much for so many families over the years, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. You know, when I reach out to them, when I do my, my event in April for autism, so Christmas and then April, and so we just keep it going. And now with the food drive, you know, they hooked me up again. So I just want to say, this is how we connect. The Uncle Chase Foundation, Q. I just want to say thank you so much. I just want to say Solid Gold and Rita Mae and all the folks that do this drive with us. And so I just want to say thank you all so much. Now, when you come out, I just want to say to Kendria, she's going to be coming to my supportive housing food drive in November. And that's going to kick off. We'll be the 21st and the 28th. It's all about what we can do for you all out there. It's not about what you guys are going to do for us, okay? And you guys started in shelter, and I came from shelter. You know, came from domestic violence, had an article in the newspaper with me and my son. And, you know, many years ago, almost 15 years ago, my son is going to be 20, so about 15 years ago. So I just want to say it's a blessing to see you ladies doing some great work. And if I can volunteer or do anything to help you guys give back in any one of the circumstances that you guys do, we have to let people know that we want to change lives. And it's a blessing for us to serve and to change lives. Because we're serving. We're God's children, right? And we're serving.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. Tericka could say, because that's one of our conversations where she said, you know, she went through stuff growing and building herself, and her being successful. She wants to give back and teach women businesses and get connected with different domestics. So I have a a large Rolodex of staying connected with the
Yes.
community and different shelters and stuff. Like just this past weekend, we did the Purple Diamond Award, which was honoring Simone Gordon, who does a big thing for domestic violent women, where she gave like many scholarships and funding for them to continue
That's a
schools and
blessing.
different businesses. And it was a hands-on situation, having the women there, got them dressed up so they
I
could
love it.
be at a gala and stuff. So basically, you know, I'm always hands-on, and Tericka was reaching out saying what she wanted to do, and I was like, let's make it happen. We can make it happen because that's what we do.
I love you ladies. I appreciate you so much. And I just want to thank you for the community. I always tell people on this show you need a paper and a pen. So everybody, I just want to do a pen call, paper and a pen call. You guys have your paper and pen because you always need the information that we give you, we funnel out through crossover television. And so my guests, my amazing guests, and the ladies that I salute tonight for doing some amazing things in this community, I had to bring them up here to make this happen. And I wanted to do it tonight. So
Yes.
I just wanted to bring amazing people. So we had our vets on the first show. Then we saluted our Bronx Borough president for giving back to vets, throughout. And then coming out here now, she's always domestic violence, does stuff with me. We had Safe Horizon up here. And so I just want to say thank you all, because people don't know our stories, right? I mean, I got a big mouth, so I tell my story. I mean, I was more personal to tell my story just recently about domestic violence, and I put my New York Times article. I had an article in the New York Times, and so I think that was the first. I was brave enough. This is the first time in 15 years that I've ever done that.
That's funny you say that.
Yeah, yeah. So
I tell my story publicly. My story is my success, is what I overcame and what I overlooked. From being a DV survivor with my kids in the shelter and stuff like that.
Wait, say that one more time.
I'm piggybacking on what you said, that you was private with it, and I said I was so public because I seen it growing up, and when I became a domestic violence survivor, I made it public, as in when I speak about it to people, it was just opening up doors for them, for myself, learning different things about it, whatever, and it made me who I am today, and what I like to do and what I like to bring to give back.
I love it. And were you ever in a domestic violence shelter?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes, in Harlem. I did one in. I was in one in Harlem. I was in one in the Lower East Side as well.
Okay. So I was in shelter and I moved 10 times. It took me 3 years to get out. It was like a 9-to-5 job. I made it like a job every day. And then I would come up here once a week and shoot my show like nothing was going on. And it was an amazing person. Pastor David Jenkins worked here at my network, and he said to me, "You have to come back." I had just won the music award show, the best music show on BronxNet, and then he said, "Well, you have to come back because you're just too. You have to get back here. You're very inspirational." And then I came back, so I would shoot my show every week from shelter, and I can do this because we're talking, and it brings it. It's like it's full circle, and I think now, do you really feel like a survivor at this point? Because it took me a long time.
No, I'm not.
Not yet.
No, not yet, unfortunately.
All right, we're gonna hang out. Because
I'm ready.
Yeah, we gonna hang out because
and I'm in the Bronx too, so there's no excuse to not.
Hey. All right, you're gonna have to come to my birthday party. I got a special guest that's gonna perform for us.
Okay,
So-
let me know the date
so
time, and I'm there.
All right, I'll give it to you. Don't worry. So the next time people come back, they're gonna see the birthday show, and we have some celebrity guests coming through here to perform for me. So I'm super excited. I confirmed something today that I'm so excited about. So yeah, I'm excited. But I just want you to know that it took me, oh God, like 8-10 years. I think I had PTSD for so many years, and it took me a long time to know that I am a winner. Like, I'm a winner. Say it, girl. You're a winner, because we are winners. We are
You're
here.
a winner, baby.
We're here because
we're winners.
we're
Yes.
here. because I thought about this part. You know, when I was in a shelter, domestic violence shelter many years ago, there was a woman that came in right from the hospital in a hospital gown with a broken arm, and she went back to her house to steal food during the daytime when that person was at work because there was no money. I was living off $1 a day for 30 days. I was too ashamed to tell my friends, you know. So the idea is, I know I'm a survivor. It took me a minute. You know, when I moved into a permanent house and I was like, I stood on my corner, girl. I was out there. I was chilling. I was like, whew, is it 12 o'clock? I was just standing outside on the corner because I had to be in every day by 9:30. And I was a grown up. 35 years old. You got to be in by 9:30 every day or you're going to get in trouble. Like,
Yes.
so, I wanted to paint my nails because, look how nice my nails, girl. I do my nails, right? And I couldn't do my nails. I was just busted. And, I think, I met this organization called Dress for Success. And they gave me a $900 coat. They gave me clothes. And they brought up
I
my
know that organization.
self-esteem. So this is important. The work I
Work with
saw
them.
them do made me know that this is what we all got to do out here. We got to do our part. We got to assume our position. We're children of God, so God is putting us together. So we got to thank Mickey Benson. Go,
Yes.
Mickey. Go,
Go,
Mickey.
Mickey.
I love you, Mickey.
And I mean, that's where the idea came in. Let's do just more than one day.
Yes.
Try to give. And then what's going on today with food and the EBT and all of that with President, which I'm like, please let it be a joke where he trying to save the day. And at the last minute, he's going to like, look what I did. Because this is like, it's not
okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
No.
But, us feeding, because it does, I grew up, I know you guys' story. My story was experiencing watching my mother on drugs and then going through different domestic type situations. However, she was always in different apartments. We moved a million times from Queens to Harlem to New Jersey, back and forth. So, in my heart, just in a simple way, I started giving back is just because, these parents all these kids is going through stuff, and sometimes the parents are just, just need a little bit, and it just takes a little bit just to make someone smile and do a little extra that they're not used to, some extra gifts, some brand gifts, and it's just, let's get back in little ways possible.
Some makeup.
That's what I said.
Give them a little bit of makeup. Some
I'm
nail polish.
Too. I got stuff like that too.
You got it, girl.
13th.
All right,
yes,
all right.
December 13th.
I love
we
it.
got stuff.
I love it. I love it. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, ladies. I'm so proud of you, ladies. And God is, like I said, running it full circle. And we're going to continue this. We're going to keep this moving, everybody, because this is important. And I just want to let you know that Tericka, Miss Tericka Dash.
Yes.
We are linking. We are Bronx strong, honey.
Yes.
BX. We are BX, honey. BX, all right?
I'm going to get your information from Kendria.
Okay.
And we definitely going to connect. I don't know the Bronx too well, but I just moved here a few months ago.
Okay.
So I'm learning it, but I can't wait to work with you.
Yes, I'm excited.
I told Kendria about me feeding the less fortunate.
Yes.
Leave people that was in the shelters and families.
Yes.
That's something that I always thought about, always dreamed about, but I never knew how to do it. My first time doing it was literally a few weeks ago with my sisters. It was amazing.
And did that take away some of that, because when we can't do for ourselves, it does something to us, and it like holds us hostage for a little while in our minds, right?
Yeah.
It like holds us hostage.
I told myself that I could party all week, every day, all day. But it's somebody out there that can't eat every day, all day. So why would I want to keep putting money into a club where they already got it, opposed to helping somebody just to say, here's a warm meal, because sometimes you give them food, they tell their story. And I'm always bound to listen, like always bound. I just was at my old high school, and I just did the application for the DOE. And now I'm about to be working alongside with high schoolers from 11th to 12th grade, teaching them about business, domestic violence, because it's in the kids down. These kids is doing it. It's silent. Whatever, no one speaks about it. They don't speak about it. So I love to give back.
I love it. And you know what's funny, Tericka and Kendria? It's funny because we've been doing a domestic violence series with counselors and giving out information. Like I said, I had the head of Safe Horizon. Maureen came up and we did that was the first time I opened up. I put my New York Times article up with my picture, looking out of a window, praying. I was looking out that window praying, but there's an amazing attorney that I met. And I tell you, I call her my angel, and she saved my life. But we just keep coming back to DV and then shelter. Supportive housing, I don't know if you guys know what supportive housing is, but it's really one step away from shelter because the only way you can get it, supportive housing, is you have to come from shelter or a program, some form of a program, maybe a rehabilitation program. So there's many ways that you end up in supportive housing, and I went there because I simply had PTSD from domestic violence, and it took me years to be able, I couldn't sleep, and so I think people don't realize it's over, but I still can't totally move forward 100%, and so I see that, thank God that God gave me, He said I'm going to use you. And I'm going to use you. Just answer the call. And I think, I'm so glad that I continue to answer the call. And you ladies are answering the call. And I am so blessed to know you now so Tericka, Kendria, we all going to be. So just get ready. Ask people. I don't let you go now. When I
No,
get
it's
you,
fine.
that's it.
I love the sisterhood. We'll definitely be on your show more often.
Yes.
Bringing up new
Yes.
things. I can't wait to help you guys. And
Yes.
on November 28th, I'm down. I'm excited. I'm literally excited. I told her today, what should I cook?
Well, you know what's funny? Because I always believe in cooking a hot meal. It's like these people are not even at home watching us. We having a good conversation. Y'all here too. I don't know what y'all cooking for Thanksgiving out there at home, but we gonna be cooking too, and we're gonna serve folks inside of supportive housing because it's just as tough. Just imagine if you relapse and then your kids are going to be hungry. Just imagine if you're mentally stressed out and you can't cook dinner for your children. Just imagine if your food stamps ran out and you can't cook dinner for your children because you don't have it. So I think in every situation, I love this. In supportive housing, I love giving back. We've bought lawn tennis to supportive housing for our children. We will take them out to the park, feed them breakfast in a community center downstairs, and keep it pushing. And graduated them at the end of the summer. We've done clothing drives there. I've done a bunch of things there, a graduation for our kids there. So I think, our kids, I take my kids from there and I bring them up here to the studio. So when you guys come out to the birthday party, you'll meet some of the kids from the where we do I love that because they get to come here, they get to volunteer over there, and they get to see life and meet some important people when they come here. So
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Okay, so I just want to say, guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to salute you for your work and all your efforts and your pop-ups. So we'll be back and forth. I'll give you the information. I'm going to put the flyer up right now for the show on December 13th because you ladies, we're going to be cooking good. We about to be cooking. Ooh. Y'all families, my autism families, my differently able families, we're going to be at 811X. And so y'all better just get ready, honey. Get ready. Let's put that flyer up.
I'm excited.
Yes, let's put the flyer up so they can see the flyer. And for the Christmas party on December 13th. And I want to thank the ladies once again. And they're going to be over there cooking. And they're going to be, they're going to be doing it. You're welcome. They're going to be doing it. They're going to be bringing it. So touch it, bring it, touch it. We're going to be doing it, all right? So lock your doors, everybody.
Thank you so much for having us.
I'm so excited, ladies, all right?
Thank you.
So we're going to have you guys come back. I'm going to get you at the birthday party, okay?
Okay, yes, I see you soon.
All right. I love you guys.
Thank you for having us.
All right. I salute you. Thank you for joining me on Crossover TV. All right.
Yes.